Hi everybody, welcome back to YouTube. I'm Doug Miles. This next interview is one I did with Fred Travalena, the great comedian, singer, and impressionist. I've had a chance to talk to Fred a couple of times on my radio program here in Sarasota, and he's always entertaining. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more interviews of mine here on YouTube.
Oh yeah, Milton.
He was great.
Yeah, he was one of the last guys who knew how to do a roast. Now today they had some kind of roast on the other night from Comedy Central.
Oh, the Comedy Central, right? Yeah.
God Almighty!
They got pretty filthy.
I mean, come on! It's like being down in the alley with the rats.
Yeah.
Stuff that they were doing.
Yeah, there's some actually bootleg CDs of some of the Friars roasts that Milton would MC, and he was tremendous. I mean, he basically invented, I think, how to do it right. Don't you think?
Milton, Danny Thomas,
yeah.
Jan Murray, Red Buttons especially.
Never got a dinner.
Oh man, you know, see, I was a friend of all these guys, and I got the inside scoop. Red always, he wrote all his own stuff. Everything he did, he wrote himself.
Yeah, right.
And he was emceed he was one of the performers at a roast for Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra was the sire. Okay, so Frank says, "Here he is, emeritus servant for Red Buttons." So Red gets up and he goes, and Sammy's on his right and Frank's on his left, and he goes, "Cheech, Chung." He says, "God bless you, Frank. God bless you." And Frank says, "Yeah, God bless you." He says, "No, Frank. God bless you, Frank. God bless you." He says, "Frank is the only man I know who knows how to buy a gift for a friend. This last Christmas, he gave Sammy Davis Jr. a half a bottle of Murine."
That was great.
Then he says, "Never had a dinner. Had a dinner for former kamikaze pilots from World War II who said, 'We may be yellow, but we're not schmucks.'"
That and the other one was "I Was There." That was another one.
Oh yeah, I was there.
I was there.
I was schwitzing, I was plutzing, I was saying. He says, "I was there when Moses came down from Sinai and said, 'The food in that hospital is terrible.'"
Oh man, that's great stuff. Yeah, he was an original, wasn't he? I mean, he wrote, like you said,
he was an original.
It was his own
and,
stuff.
He wrote a book. I don't know whatever happened to it, but the last time I spoke to him, he said he had 900 pages from the time he was a little boy and he worked on the street for pennies.
Yeah.
To get pennies from people. And he won an Academy Award, and
yeah.
You know, whenever he couldn't make a gig or something, a lot of times he called me to do it. And we hung out a lot, and I asked him a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm very lucky from that point of view. And whenever I have the chance with younger comedians, I mean, I saw an impressionist in Vegas. I don't remember his name, but the guy was sensational. Okay, every other word was F this and F this and you bad bitch bad boo bad boo bad. And he says, "Can I get some advice?" I said, "Yeah. You're not going anyplace. I don't care how brilliant you are. Even with today's audience, where are you going to work? You're going to work corporate?
Right.
You're going to go to the theater and around? You're going to go to Disneyland? You're going to fill a 20,000-seat stadium? If you get your own home box of a special, then you can do what you want." I said, "But you got to stop doing this." And unfortunately, the mentoring that we got, my God, if you did any of that, you're out.
Oh yeah, you couldn't say.
They'll come out and take you off the stage.
Yeah, you
and
can say hell or damn.
They did.
Right. Yeah, I guess.
Oh well, that's the way it was then. Now we're into now with the internet and the MP3 and the Mac and the iMac and the printing and the nuts.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I was just out in Vegas and I went to a couple of comedy clubs and saw some shows. And you're right. Some of the comedians, they have to use every other word as the F word, and I don't.
I know.
That's not. You don't need that. You know.
No, yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not a stick in the mud by any
No.
means, but the guys like Benny and Burns and all that. Yes, it was their generation, but the young people today, I think it wears down the self-esteem subconsciously.
I think so. It's unnecessary. I mean, that's we've all heard the word 1,000 times or 100,000 times. You don't need to hear it again.
No, you don't, and not in the context with you. But I've heard comics say things to guys' wives that are ringside or girlfriends.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. You did that when I started out. Guy would leap from the audience and knock you out.
Oh yeah. Or you didn't want to start your car.
Hey kid, you know what? You're going to get a whole new meaning from the time he bombed last night.
Right. Well, we're talking with Fred Travalena. Fred, I want to talk a couple of minutes about this great CD you sent over, and we're going to be playing a cut later, and in our weekend show we'll put together a whole thing with a bunch of songs called the Manhattan Suite. And you wrote all the songs on this, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and I sang them, and we bring it out every year. I'm looking now to put it on Broadway somewhere, even off-Broadway, because I finally realized it's actually a musical.
It really is. It tells a story throughout the whole CD, and it's not just Christmas music. It's holiday, but themes of New York, which you grew up just outside of New York, like I did. Really a tribute to the great city, isn't it? Yeah,
that's what I wanted it to be, and it came from the place of 19-year-old Fred, because I didn't have much of a life. So New York City was like I say, Lady Manhattan.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I got off work. Those were the days you worked from 9 to 6. I had a half hour for lunch.
Right.
That's it. and so I used to get out of the office, and I'd walk right over to Times Square, and I'd start from there.
Great CD, and then get it. Just go to your website, Fred, if you want to
go to the website. You can get it. And
it's FredTravalena.com, right?
FredTravalena.com.
And a lot of great information on there. And you'll be performing throughout the entire state, so just kind of check your local newspapers for the condo circuit. And we got to get you down here to Van Wezel or Ruth Eckerd or one of the halls down here, Fred, again.
Yeah, I'm going to be coming back to Ruth Eckerd. Bob Rossi over there is talking right now to get me in there. I've done my Christmas show there. Yeah. I've appeared at the Italian festivals there. And this time we're probably going to go back with my full 90-minute concert, because I have so much new material now, and so you can make that swing.
Will that be during the winter season, Fred, or maybe next fall?
That will probably be during the winter season, either December coming up or January early next year.
Next year, okay, great. Well, we'll definitely have you on many times before then. And did you get? I know you said before we went on the air, you watched a little bit of last night. Do you start working on the impressions right now, Fred, in case one of those guys wins? Or
yeah, well, I can just hear Giuliani this morning because he came in 6th. He said, "You're going to say, I'll tell you what. As the mayor of New York City, I did my best here, and something is nothing. That's the whole idea. Is Iowa something, or is Iowa nothing? If you have the Earth, that's something. If you have the moon, that's something. But the space in between is nothing. But if you go from the Earth to the moon, that's something."
Almost like a Jackie Mason sketch.
Almost like Jackie Mason. You go to the moon, you go to the Earth, and then you have Mitt Romney, who says, "I'm so stiff I can't even feel yet."
Yeah.
And Barack Obama says, "I'm young, I'm black, I won this thing, I'm tired of hearing I'm a new JFK. I am not a new JFK, and as the years go on, people will see that my ideas are my own."
That's great.
and Hillary's got to be sitting there going,
"Oh man, the cackle."
Like the cackle. And John McCain's probably saying, "I think I should get the message now that the people consider me Beavis and Butthead, and I have to stop doing this." And Huckabee is kind of like this, very homespun. I crossed the picket line, and I'll do it again. I don't care.
Yeah, that's right.